Welcome back to Tailgate Sports Media, the premier podcast for sports, mainly football, and the most important part of sports, the tailgate. Welcome back for episode 34. I'm Devin. This is my good friend Ray. Um, well, let's just get things started off. Ray, how's your week been?
Not terrible. I'm fighting the pull of the unk, getting cardio in, getting back into the weights, dropping a
Mm-hmm.
couple pounds.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There. Hey, you know what, Raymond? First of all, before I ask you what you're drinking, Raymond, show me that shirt.
I could show you the shirt because when we went to the
Hey,
game, we went to the game a little while ago. This shirt had to be open.
Raymond, take a
This
step to your left for me.
up to
Wrong. Yeah, my left, your right. Yep.
that's
There we
it.
go.
That's
There
it.
we go. Yeah. Show off. Okay, now you're off the screen again. Damn.
Right here.
There we go. There we go. Okay, all right. Sit down.
Send it. Yeah, that
Yep.
shirt didn't fit a couple weeks ago. It's still a little snug. It's a place. I can see some fabric stretch a little bit,
Hey,
but we're
do the
getting there.
buttons do the buttons all close up?
Buttons all close up.
What else could you want?
I mean, I can't see a single thing that could possibly go wrong.
Raymond, let me know what you're drinking.
Well, yeah, okay, and then downhill. We grabbed a little whisk.
A little whiskey.
A little whisk. It's the afternoon. It's not 10 a.m.
I got a 18-year-old aged
Oh,
bourbon
ah,
that I can't remember. No, it's peach tea.
yeah, I figured as much.
Peach tea again.
Figured as much. And as soon as I get into like the brewing tea, I'll be right where you're at.
I'm not brewing this. I'm mixing a packet from HEB.
Oh, well.
It's a flavored packet. It's water.
Okay. Well,
It's not real tea, but it's good.
so I mean, as long as it's good.
Um, Update on my life, struggling real bad. We've been playing some games with the boys. This was full 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Every night we get on late, I've been playing boys with the games, and I'm munching, bro. It's a problem. I got to get it out of this room.
It's the reason I took the little cooler that snacks out of my office. Because when we were in here, I'd just be like, yeah, let me reach down here, let me get I have a wrap that I put in here for a rainy day. Guess I'm not even hungry, but I'll mash on that.
I got a bag of peanuts. You got a buffet going on in the cooler.
It's not a big cooler, so I can't have a full buffet. But yeah, there was a buffalo chicken wrap in there once.
Hey, good decision. Get it out of there, all right?
Yeah, yeah. If it's gone, I can't do it again.
Correct. Well,
Well,
um, let's get into why we're here, the podcast. Starting off with the NBA playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals wrapped up quick. Knicks win it 4-0, back in the finals for the first time since 1999. Knicks fans going crazy.
yep.
Um, the guy in the luchador mask screaming, "My girlfriend cheated on me. My dad got deported. I'm going to lose my house, but I don't give a fuck. Go Knicks." Um, the
Right.
absolute the absolute monsters that they are making over there in New York. Um, Kind of crazy to think how bad it would be going on, all the honking here in San Antonio, how bad it would be if it had been that long for us. Because we've been out, we haven't made it to the finals in 12 years. We haven't been really been relevant in 8 or 9.
Yeah, but I think the difference between a New York fan and a San Antonio fan, I think there's like and I say this for like the higher level fan. There's a realism that comes being a San Antonio fan to where when we were tanking, we were losing. Nobody was looking for us to go to the championship. We're like, you know what? We're not going. It's fine. I think a New York fan always believes that it's their year.
I'm going to counter that with most Spurs fans are Cowboys fans, and they think every year is their year.
Well, yeah, but
We were
that's
sitting there
NFL.
like, "Hey, listen, we lost all our big pieces. We got a lot of young guys. We got a lot of veteran contracts. This is not going to be a great team. This is going to be us setting up for a rebuild. And some dudes are like, nah, man, if we do this, we still got a chance to go to the finals. There's more of those people that I would like to admit that are Spurs fans, Cowboys fans, et cetera, et cetera. It's the people. It's the people, right? It's all of us kind of getting together. We all kind of cheer for the same teams down here, and we're all most of us are delusional.
No, I think maybe it's you can only be delusional about one team. So like, if you're a
Oh,
Spurs fan,
100% false.
if you're a Spurs fan is delusional, I mean you're not really paying attention to the Cowboys. If you're a Cowboys
Uh,
fan it's delusional, you can do the math because you've seen it before. Because I mean, I don't,
Raymond, I'm gonna 100% tell you that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. The delusion doesn't go away in the off season because once you're in the off season for one sport, you're in the middle of the next sport. You're delusional again. You're delusional 24/7
yeah, but are you talking about the beginning of the year or are you talking about when when
all
the
year,
writing's on the wall?
all year.
You're saying it's game 82, we're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and we're still going, well, if we do this, we got a shot.
No, 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 no. But everyone starts delusional. But there's no one sport
Oh,
delusional.
I wholeheartedly agree. Everybody starts delusional. I'm saying as the season goes on and it's very clear that it's not going to be us, Spurs fans can accept that more than the Knicks fan. And you're disagreeing with it. I mean, I'm willing to concede the point.
I think
Hey,
I think me and you are
both
arguing on
hands,
different points here. I'm
both
arguing
hands
different.
up.
I think we're arguing different points, and I think that's the problem. I'm
I think
saying
possible.
the Spurs delusional Spurs fans are also delusional Cowboys fans.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm
every
saying
year's our year.
I'm saying a Spurs fan can let go of the delusion when the writing's on the wall.
I mean, once you're mathematically eliminated, there is no more delusion. It's over, right? Everyone has to accept that. But it's like when the Cowboys are like 3-8, and it's like, hey, if they win the next 5 games and this team loses this and this team loses this, they get a wild card spot. And some dude's like, all right, boys, here we go. We're just now getting hot. And realistically,
Yeah.
it's not fucking happening, right?
Yeah.
That's the delusion I'm talking about. Once you're mathematically eliminated, there's no such thing as delusion. It's over.
And I'm saying with the Spurs, when he got to that point, we were like, all right, tank for Wimby. We weren't going, it's our year. We're tanking for Wimby. Let's do it.
There was some delusion in there for sure.
Uh,
But most
well,
people were on board.
I'm calling local minority, but I'm not winning this one.
Speaking of, I just was reading the bag of nuts that I've been
Calling
eating, and it says less than 50% peanuts.
It's calling you like the Green Goblin.
No, I'm good actually. I'm not snacky right now. Snack hits like after like 8 p.m. That's when the snacking hits hard.
Oh, that's the worst time to
It says less than 50% peanuts, and I won't say anything about my employer. Um,
snack.
Western Conference Finals. Thunder win Game 5. They take a 3-2 lead. Um, and what started off as a great series, I think everyone agreed that Game 1 was a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic game, double overtime, no issues with the officiating, and every game since everyone's had an issue with officiating. Everyone has been pissed off, mad. Tony Brothers this, Tony Brothers that. Scott Foster comes in, the Spurs get another win. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's the extender. He's the extender." Um, the officiating's been terrible. It really has.
We're creasing Jays out here. That just can't happen.
My issue, and people are like, "Oh, well, you wanted physical defense, but the Spurs are getting more free throws." So, well, first off, not every foul leads to a free throw, right? Second of all, call the fucking flop. If you argue with me all you want at this point, when SGA went up and didn't get touched, but the guy kind of smoothly went past him, and he hit the ground, bent over and put his hands on the floor, and then fell over and got called, that's 100% a flop. He didn't get touched. He wasn't in the landing area. He didn't mess with his landing. He just falls over. Dylan Harper took an elbow to the throat It didn't get called. So Dylan Harper starts hustling down the floor and kind of got the guy by the hips, and the dude literally did a burpee. He kicked his feet out and his hands out and landed on the floor and got called for the foul. That's bullshit.
Yep.
That's bullshit. I don't want to say this is me as a Spurs fan. Obviously, I am wearing my hat for the good luck. I'm trying to channel good energy. It's just call the flops. If you would just call the flops, right? Um, you'd have less of an issue, right? They would stop doing it. You would think. And it's not a problem with physical defense. People are like, oh, well, you wanted physical defense, but then, now they're doing this to Wimby and you're mad. I, play physical defense all you want. Call it consistently. Call it consistently. Um, Consistency in the officiating. Stop, stop being like, oh, okay, cool. You're barely touching the MVP. That's a foul. He's gonna shoot two. Here, case in point. Everyone SGA shot got 32 points in game five. Sounds great. He shot 7 of 19 with 19 points from the free throw line. When half your points are free throws, that's you're selling fouls hard. And Adam Silver's response is, we teach these guys to sell fouls. We teach them to sell fouls. Yes, if you get fouled and you play it up, hey man, that's fine. If you don't get touched and you somehow end up on the floor, that's a flop. That's a flop. This had the potential to be one of the greatest Western Conference Finals we've had in a very long time. Very long time. Spurs, Lakers going at it in the early 2000s, Spurs, Mavs, all that kind of stuff. Great conference final. And the officiating has just been horrendous.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this had the potential to be on the caliber of like the Dallas run when they went through everybody. It,
Great, great example. Yes. Dallas making no one expected Dallas to go win that championship. Here they are. Just ran the board. Great. Great basketball makes great series. A series going to 7 games doesn't necessarily make it great when it's this poorly
yeah.
officiated. And that's what it feels like is like, oh, we're gonna get our game 7. We're gonna get our money. Fuck that. Just let them play the game, have a good series, play great basketball. I'd rather have 6 games with 4 overtimes than a game 7, right?
Yeah.
Case in
Converse,
point, go ahead.
let me drop a little toxicity into the argument. If you're gonna flop, I need to see the paramedics. I'll give you the foul, but you need to be carted to the locker room and have an MRI done. And you need to soldier your behind back out on the court. We could be talking about how strong-willed you are if you're gonna flop.
Hmm.
I need to see Academy Award level performances. And I want there to be like what color is the dress level discourse about whether or not it was a flop or a foul. Like you said, if you drop into a burpee and nobody's and off a little push, no, that ain't gonna happen. If you're jumping and you can clearly see space between you and the defender, but you still slide over, nah, I ain't gonna cut it. I need to see contact, and I need to see you. You need to miss some plays in order for that foul to be in order for a flop to be a foul.
Hmm.
I I,
Um,
I hate saying it, but there unfortunately there was a golden age of flops where we were. I mean, it's like it's the same thing as like computer graphics. We're looking at pixels going, it could never be better than this. Same thing with flops. We were looking at you know what would be considered minor stuff now, going, what the hell is he doing? Why is he flopping? You know, LeBron comes to mind. But LeBron used to be the king of flops, and now we see, you know, I just got fouled by Dylan Harper. He's not even in the room.
yeah, I've said it multiple times. Every time SGA reads a negative comment, he's on the floor.
Oh, he's on the free throw line.
Well, I don't know if about the free throw line at his house, but he'd be on the internet and they'd be like, "Yeah, man, he's a flopper." And he's just like,
No, no, Tony Brothers is with him 24/7, giving him two shots as he reads the comments.
I mean,
That's
and
why he's so good at free throws.
and you know what? The worst part that I think that now come out of it. So let's go back to game five, 91-97. The Spurs have been trailing the whole time, but they've got some momentum and they're pushing.
Mhm.
There's a obvious goaltend that does not get called.
Yep.
There's an obvious goaltend, doesn't get called. OKC ends up getting a foul in the pursuing scramble and then shoots free throws. There's the ball that goes off the foot of Chet and they roll it off the Spurs. Mitch Johnson did mess up. You have to call a timeout to challenge. You have to call a timeout, challenge. He did not call a timeout. He just challenged. That is 100% on Mitch Johnson. The challenge system in the NBA is very bad, anyways, considering you only get two challenges a game, I believe. And if you win the challenge, you still lose it. It's one of those things where, like, hey, I'm losing a timeout for being right. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Um, that being said, I don't know why I said that being said. It makes no sense. Um, they come in later. The Spurs kind of the game's over. They just trashed the Spurs momentum. OKC gets the game. Um, they later come in. Mason Plumlee comes in and gets the hard elbow into the back of, I can't recall his name right now. I want to say it was McCain. Can't remember, but he comes in hard, hits the guy in the back. Later on, they go in and they upgrade it to a flagrant one. Why is that infuriating? Was it a flagrant foul? Yes. But you're reviewing the fouls, but you won't review a flop. Hartenstein pulls the hair on Castle and doesn't get a flagrant for it. It's wild. It's wild. Okay, well, this is obviously with intent. We're going to upgrade it. Okay, you couldn't see the intent on Hartenstein, so you're going to let him get away with it. But you can see the intent in a flop. When someone doesn't get touched and they don't get called for a foul for it, that's insane. That's 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 preferable treatment to your star player, and it makes the sport worse. I think that's about all I want to talk about NBA. It's just pissing me off now.
Yeah,
Game six,
it's
game
why I
six
did.
tomorrow. Go ahead.
It's why I didn't want to get into NBA this week.
Yeah.
It, props to the Knicks. Wish them best of luck in the finals.
Yep.
My support of the Knicks is really going to come down to how this Western Conference series goes.
I'm at the point where I'm just I've given up on it because it's just gonna make the eventual heartbreak
Yeah, and
not as
it's for
bad. Okay, we got robbed. We've
yeah.
the refereeing has been the officiating has been horrendous. We're just gonna flop whenever we want. Nothing's gonna happen. Um, Game six, Friday night. Scott Foster, the old extender,
Oh shit! Hold on.
in for game six. I just lost Raymond mid podcast. He didn't say nothing either. He just ran off. Am I gonna have to edit this segment? How long have we been recording? I gotta know so I can cut this.
We're good. Yeah, left the salmon burger in the oven.
You left what in the oven?
Salmon burger. I was supposed to pull it before I sat down. Checked it, but did not pull it. I can report that the salmon burger is safe. But hey, hand up, that one's on me.
Wild. Um, I don't know. We're probably like 20 minutes in. I don't know. Fuck it. Uh, cut. We're back.
Yep,
Yeah, that's all I can talk about it. It's just infuriating to think about it now. It's just
yep.
been such a poorly officiated
I
series. So
mean,
we're gonna move
I
on. Go ahead.
Oh wait, oh, I'm looking at the wrong game. I was gonna comment on the so the NBA does a report, or the refs do a report of the last 2 minutes of every game, and I was gonna pull up the Spurs last 2 minute report here. I thought I had the. Here we go. Nope, that's not right. Oh, fun fact: they I don't see any of the playoff ones posted.
Crazy.
Okay, well, never mind. There goes my day, moment of journalism.
Wild. How about you
Okay,
had some great, you're like, oh man, don't worry. I already look what I found. And you were just like, I got a hunch. Check it
yeah.
out live.
Well, I had it up, but I looked as I was about to read it out loud. It said Detroit. I was like, nope, that's not the right one.
Wild. So we're gonna move on to the UFL. We had our Friday game night. Interesting. The playoff race has been super exciting going into the end. Very much more exciting than we were kind of expecting midway in the season. Friday night game. We got Defenders in Orlando to face the Storm. Defenders do not come out on top. Storm wins 27-19. I think the Storm secure home field advantage. I think first or second is still kind of up in the air. Um, However, they may not get home field advantage anyways because the stadium it has been already been rented out for soccer warm-ups and practices and exhibitions. So yeah, the
Suffered from success.
problems with a fledgling spring league. You don't necessarily rent everything out for that extra week to make sure you got playoffs. That
Well,
sucks.
I know a dome that's available.
I think if they got a home game in San Antonio, if they could figure it out at the last minute, I might that sucker might be packed, and it might just be the most dead thing you've ever seen in your life.
A real
I
roll
don't
of the
think
dice.
I don't think there's an in between.
Yeah.
So defenders have now lost three straight. Crazy. They are down
Despite
to 5-4, and
still
it's
clinched
rough.
though.
They do end up clinching because of the course of the day. Uh, Mainly being this next game where the Aviators at home beat the Stallions. The Surging Stallions finally fall again. Aviators win 36-29. It was a great game, back and forth. Um, awesome to watch, fun to watch. Um, Aviators slowed down Birmingham from getting that from clinching because they had the easy schedule to go through. All they had to do was win, and then they were in. They lose this one, and now their fate lies with the next team. We're going to talk about the Kings, Renegades versus Kings. Renegades fall to the Kings 37-23. The Kings defense looks great. They do have the best defense in the league, I think. And they are getting hot at the perfect time. This is the time you want to be on top of the world, and they looked great. The Put the Renegades in a lot of like third and long situations, um, which is what really slowed them down a lot. Forcing turnovers, forcing sacks, forcing bad plays, and then the offense complements that very well, and they score 37, so it looks great. Um, with the Kings win and the Stallions losing, the Kings hop the Stallions in current standings. So the Kings actually move into third place. And then we go to our last game of the week, Battlehawks versus Gamblers. Very close game. Battlehawks travel to Houston, but the Gamblers do not have enough to pull it out over the Battlehawks. Um, People talking about maybe switching quarterbacks again at the Battlehawks. Luis Perez is over there. He's been playing, but hasn't been very good. Raymond, you look like you're dead inside. Like you were really hoping the Gamblers were going to pull this one out. You were hitting me
I
with
mean,
this one.
I was really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to coming in and saying the Gamblers are the spoiler. I was so excited. but no. But I'm really liking the way the gamblers are playing right now. Like,
I mean,
unfortunately, it doesn't matter, but I think the gamblers are figuring out at the right time too.
yep. So they're everyone's kind of getting that one figured out.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they only got one game left, and then it's into the off season. So we are officially down to one playoff spot remaining. Where everyone gets seeded is kind of still up for grabs, depending on how everyone performs. But eh, we'll see. So Houston, Dallas, and Columbus are all officially eliminated. All those teams sitting at 3-6, which
Yep.
for all those teams to be eliminated with 2 weeks to go is good for the league. It's showing competitiveness. Um, Dallas kind of just falling apart after 3 weeks is crazy.
Absolutely
Uh,
crazy.
I mean, consistency number one after like 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, blah blah blah. A hard fall for them. You hate to see it, but yeah, they've all kind of just
Yeah.
fell off really hard there.
For all of the,
Um,
for all three of those teams to have very different paths to the end of the season and to have the same record is wild.
but yeah, honestly. And then we have our three teams that are for sure in. We have Orlando, St. Louis, and DC. They have all clinched a playoff spot. Orlando has for sure clinched home field advantage. And we'll talk about that coming into week 4 here in a minute. Orlando has home field advantage for sure. Um, whether they get it or not, up for grabs.
Somebody's home.
And say what?
Somebody's home.
Somebody's home. And then we come to our last spot between Louisville and Birmingham. So this is the spot up for grab. Right now, Louisville is sitting in that spot at 5-4. Birmingham is at 4-5. So what could happen to get Birmingham in over Louisville? Birmingham wins, Louisville loses. Birmingham has the head-to-head tiebreaker and they get in over Louisville.
Are they about it?
So makes
Uh,
sense to me. Um, game Friday game tomorrow. Renegades travel to the Battlehawks. I think the Battlehawks are in a position here where they still want to try to play this one, right?
yeah.
Still want to try to play it. You want to clinch home field. Um, because I think DC has the tiebreaker over them in points differential in their two head-to-head matchups. They split the series, but DC has a bigger point differential with that big second win
Yeah.
or the big second game. Uh, Gamblers travel to Birmingham to play the Stallions. Realistically, a game the Stallions should win, but the Gamblers have played Spoilmaker before. They might do
And
it again.
the spoilers back.
Hey, next year the Houston Spoilers
Houston spoilers.
guaranteed 3 wins, and they're all against top teams. No bad
Abs
wins.
no bad wins.
Um, and then we go to our Sunday game. Our first Sunday game. So Gamblers at Stallions. I think I'm taking the Stallions there. They're a 2.5 favorite. St. Louis is a 4.5 favorite over the Renegades. I think I agree with that one as well. I think the Battlehawks are playing. They're trying to secure that home field, that one home field game. Stallions obviously are playing all out because they have to get the win. If they lose, it doesn't matter what the Kings do. They're out. And then you have Storms versus Defenders. This is an interesting one because it's a game the Storm should win. Orlando's a 1.5 point favorite, but Orlando's already secured home field advantage, right? The only team that could possibly jump them is St. Louis. I don't even know if they can jump them, but the only team that could possibly jump them is St. Louis. But there's only 1 week of semifinals. There's only one round of home games that matter, right? One, they may not even get their home game. They might have to play it on the road anyways, but they've already secured home field advantage no matter what. And then it's a neutral site game at DC. The last game's in DC no matter what. Do you rest your starters and get the very, very elusive bye week in a game in a season that does not have a bye week?
I think maybe for the defenders, yeah, because all you have to do is win the semifinals and you get a home game for the playoffs.
So you think the defenders are going to rest their starters?
I'm thinking maybe.
I think the Storm are resting their starters no matter what because they've already got home field. Doesn't matter what they do, they're going to play a home game,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
and then they're going to end up at DC if they win that home game. They have to rest their starters, get that elusive bye week. The defenders are in. They could still potentially play for a home game.
And have potentially two home games.
Correct. Correct. So, and here's a big thing is I guess it really comes down to what the Battlehawks do. If the Battlehawks win, they're getting a home game. The Battlehawks lose, then DC has to play their starters. They win that game, they get a home game.
Yeah, I guess with that in mind, DC's playing their starters.
Yeah. Well, I think if the Battlehawks win, I think no matter what, they can't get the home game. I think at that point they rest. It's going to be a of the week decision.
You think
I
that
think this. I think the Storm are resting no matter what.
you think there's something there for keeping the starters hot?
I think in this scenario for the Storm, I think getting some rest is probably more valuable. 10 weeks straight of football is rough.
Yeah,
And also these schedules are very like lopsided. There's a lot of like short weeks that these guys are getting. Dallas fell apart because they played 3 games in 11 days, or when they played 3 games in 11 days. They played that third game on the 11th day, and that's when they got a bunch of injuries and they lost to Columbus and things just, you know, everything fell apart for them.
yeah.
Getting a week of rest is probably going to be huge. When you get to like multiple weeks of rest, I think that's a bigger issue. But I think at this level, a week of rest is great for what they're trying to do, especially when they want to make a big push into the finals, or to the championship. Excuse me. And then our Sunday afternoon game, we got an 11 a.m. and a 5 p.m. on Sunday. We have the Kings at the Aviators. Louisville's a 2.5 point favorite. I think this probably be a good game. Aviators play good home ball. Um, they've been competitive. I do favor the Kings just because they've been hot.
Yeah.
5-1 in the last 6 weeks. They are the consensus number one for most people. Well, I think it's Storm are the consensus number one, and then I think it's probably the Kings for me. Um, but the Kings look really good. They play great football. After they got through those tough first 3 weeks, they've looked great. Um, if Birmingham loses, if Birmingham loses, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
At that point, the Kings have a chance to rest their starters. So potentially you have 3 teams that might be resting starters coming into this week. Well, you have a max of two, but it's a 3 team combination, right?
Mhm.
So if the Battlehawks win, DC's resting their starters, and the Storm are definitely resting their starters.
Yeah.
If I know you could have a max of three. You could have all 3 teams
Yeah.
rest
You get
starters.
them all. You get them all.
Storm and defenders may both be resting starters depending on what the Battlehawks do. And then the Kings might be resting their starters depending on what Birmingham does. So it may not be, depending on what's going on, it may not be the most exciting week of football, but it is going to figure out that final spot. Birmingham's going to be playing all out. That's going to be the first big game to watch. Does Birmingham get the win that they need to stay alive? And then once we get that figured out, that kind of helps us decide how our final game is going to go with the Kings.
Some would say.
Um,
Some would say that Birmingham is taking a gamble.
I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done
I'm
this.
just excited the gamblers are giving me something to be hype about. I I thought they really ruined my UFL season, but they they told me they told me they weren't gonna let me leave me hanging. I should have never doubted them. Gamblers are the top of the rest right now. Yeah, we have the uh, Orlando's the top of the best. Houston's the top of the rest right now.
On top of the rest.
Yeah,
That is. Wild. I think that's everything we got on UFL. Anything you wanted to add to that, Raymond?
No, I'm really enjoying the UFL turning itself into the anybody can get it league.
Yeah.
You know, it seemed like it was going to be real one dimensional when we thought it was just going to be defenders and battlehawks all year, and then everybody else woke up.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it ended up being a great season of football. No matter what happens this week going in,
Yeah.
I really do hope Louisville makes it because I think that's a great story for them to end up pulling it out.
Mhm.
And I think they play very exciting and fun football. But it was a good year, a good season of football. You didn't have any 2-8s, 1-9s.
Nope.
Um, Potentially a bunch of teams right there in the middle, and then a couple teams just a little bit further ahead. So that's a good season of football for me. Um, Moving on from football. I don't have a tailgate section, but I do have a quiz section.
Oh, I'm not good at these.
With his first appearance in the playoffs,
Well,
Victor Wembanyama is now eighth all time in blocks for Spurs players.
damn.
If you can name the other seven players,
Don't
Ray,
do this to
you
me.
get three strikes. Three
Don't do
strikes.
this
Can you
to
name the
me,
other seven players?
brother, please. I've never claimed to be a stats guy. I just have Google.
Don't turn off Google right now.
I got it on. It's on.
It,
I'm looking at UFL scoreboard right now. That's all I got.
all right. Can you name the seven players that are still ahead of Victor Wembanyama in Spurs playoff
That are
blocks?
ahead of Vic. Damn.
Yeah, he is eighth all time in his first series. So there's seven players ahead of him.
Answer me this: how many of them are from before I was born?
None of them.
Oh, okay. I mean, David Robinson's got to be up there.
Can you guess the spot?
No, I can't guess his spot. I
Okay.
because I want to put him one, but I fear that it's not one. All right, so we got David. Has he has he passed Tim?
Say
I'll put
again.
I'll put Tim Duncan on there.
Okay, Tim Duncan. What spot's Tim Duncan at?
This isn't nice. This is the meanest thing you've ever done to me. Tim, I mean I don't know because I can't think of I'm I'm just casting out my Spurs net. I can't even put these guys in a order enough to
How
I'm
about
just trying to
this? One chance every time you guess a player. If you guess the spot they are on the list, you earn an extra strike.
I'm with that. All right.
So give me David Robinson on the list right now. What's the spot?
Two.
Say again?
Two.
Correct.
There we go. There we go.
Tim Duncan.
Put on one then.
Correct.
Oh, look at all right, so we got Tim, we've got okay, you know what, that actually helps me reframe because I like that so much better. All right. So then I'm gonna put Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen. At what spot?
Yeah, all right. I'll take the mini win. That's three down. I'm gonna put Bruce at five.
Incorrect.
Damn. Do I get to know where he's at?
No.
Damn. Okay. All right. He's just not five. So I've got David, I've got Tim, I've got Bruce.
Yep.
I've got to get four more.
You gotta get four more.
It's gonna be a long day. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna throw away a strike. Tiago Splitter.
That's your first strike.
Yep. Okay. Just had it across. All right. So we got Manu.
At what spot?
Okay. Manu's gonna be six.
Incorrect.
Damn. So Bruce and Manu are down there. I'm thinking Bruce and Manu are down there at the 5 and 6. Okay, but we're on. What is that? That
You
was
got
four.
four, you got three
All right,
left.
all right, all right. Robert Ory.
Robert Ory, at what spot?
I'm gonna blow this out the water, dude. Robert Ory. I'm gonna give a 5.
Correct.
Hey,
I'm gonna just take
fitting,
that one away. You got five left.
fitting. I have 5. I need 2.
No, you had, but I'm giving you a total of five strikes are out. Every time you get one right, you had
Oh,
one strike. I
nice,
just took it away.
nice,
You still got five.
nice. Okay, here we go. All right, so I need to get 2 more.
You
Uh,
got two more. I one of these is what's gonna. I could see the one that's gonna kill you here, and it's rough.
was I on the right track with my Tiago splitter? Yes.
I ain't giving you nothing.
Damn it.
You got
Bano.
five strikes. You got seven guesses.
I'm saying this with my full chest. Bano Udry.
Wrong.
Fuck. You had me going there. Damn. Already said Bruce. Dennis Rodman.
No.
Damn. Okay. He had some time. Um, hmm, damn. Oh, Marcus Aldridge.
Incorrect.
And so begins the slow death. Uh, Pau Gasol. There we go. Wait, that's another strike?
That's a strike.
Fuck.
I'm gonna make it easy right here. You got four. If you see this thumb, it's over, buddy.
It's already over. I thought Pau was the Pau was gonna put me back in the game. I got his shirt and everything. Uh, let's go. There's someone I'm thinking of. I reference him all the time, and now I can't think of his name. I'm just gonna throw George Gervin on there and call it a day.
Is George Gervin before or after you were born?
He's before I was born, but
I told you none of them were before you were
I
born.
know, I know. This is me admitting defeat. I'm throwing George on there because out of respect.
All right, so I'm gonna let you know. First off, Raymond, great effort, great try. You're a lot better than you
Yeah,
thought you were.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Uh, so I'm gonna name what you got, and then I'm gonna fill you in.
All right.
One, Tim Duncan. Two, David Robinson. Four, Manu Ginobili. Five, Robert Ory. Six, Bruce Bowen. And then eight, Victor Wembanyama. At number seven, 55 blocks in 87 games, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
This is the one that I thought you were going to lose on because I saw it and I literally was like, what the hell?
You know,
With 85 blocks
he's so
in
dead to
100
me.
games.
He's so
Go
dead to
ahead.
me. He's so dead to me. It didn't even occur to me.
That
Like
makes no sense.
Kawhi.
85 blocks in 100 games, Danny Green.
Damn. Never. Yeah.
Never would have guessed Danny
Never would have
Green.
done. Never would have guessed Danny.
I saw the list and I was like, okay, yeah, yeah. Danny Green at three.
He's a 3 point shooter in my mind. So yeah, never would have got 3 and D though. 3 and D should have made
Three and
sense.
D, exact 100%. All right. Well, Raymond, good effort. I'll try to have one again for you next
Hey,
week.
hey, come here real quick. If you don't think I'm gonna plot my revenge, got another thing coming, buddy.
Dude,
It,
you know the number one thing you could do to get revenge? Just ask me to name players on a current team.
hey, thank you for giving me the idea. I
A
just
team that I like too, it'd be like my favorite team. You the Cowboys. Like name five players on the Cowboys. I'd be like,
no. It's gonna be like It's gonna be like the Chicago Sky. named
Cooked.
by named by players
Cooked.
of the Chicago Sky.
Podcast over. We're done.
I'm gonna show up with the Steve Harvey baldy and a mustache. You're like, hey, welcome to Tailgate Jeopardy.
Tailgate Jeopardy. Not even Tailgate Feud, just Tailgate Jeopardy.
Yeah, I'm mixing properties. What's up?
No one can be mad at us if they don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. If we don't know what show we're referencing, how can they?
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Who knows what Steve Harvey's doing these days?
Yeah,
We're going to leave it off there. Thank you guys so much for being here. This was episode 34. We talked about the NBA playoffs as much as it hurts us and as much as we hate to watch it now.
we did it
We
for
talked
you.
about the UFL playoff race, finally starting to get some answers in that playoff race, but we still have one exciting week left. And of course, we tested Raymond's knowledge about Spurs playoff block history, and he did better than he thought he would.
I did, but my revenge will be swift.
And he's pissed off about it. So, thank you guys for being here. This is episode 34. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whenever Peyton gets back, probably Spotify. Thank you much for being here. We'll see you guys next time.